Welcome to Unsolved Files 101, where we dive deep into the world of unsolved mysteries and cold cases. Today we're exploring 10 of the most infamous unsolved cases in American history. These are the stories that have captivated the nation, baffled investigators, and left us all searching for answers. Let's begin our journey into the unknown. Number 10. Our first stop is Virginia, where the Colonial Parkway murders took place between 1986 and 1989. 8 young people, each couple brutally murdered, were found along the scenic Colonial Parkway. The victims were either strangled, stabbed, or had their throats slit, with no signs of robbery or sexual assault. Theories abound in this case. Was it the work of a serial killer stalking lovers' lanes? Could it have been someone posing as law enforcement to gain the trust of the victims? Or was it a group of killers working together? Despite the FBI's involvement and numerous leads, the case remains unsolved, leaving families without closure and a killer on the loose. Number 9. In the mid-1970s, fear gripped the quiet suburbs of Oakland County, Michigan, as 4 children were abducted and murdered by a killer who became known as the Oakland County Child Killer. The children, aged 10 to 12, were held captive for days before being killed and left in public places. Theories suggest a wealthy pedophile ring might be behind these heinous acts, while others believe it was the work of a lone predator with intimate knowledge of the area. Despite extensive investigations and even the involvement of the FBI, the identity of the killer remains a mystery, haunting the community to this day. Number 8. In 1993, the small town of West Memphis, Arkansas, was rocked by the discovery of 3 young boys who had been brutally murdered and left in a wooded area. The case quickly garnered national attention, not just for the horrific nature of the crime, but for the controversy that followed. 3 teenagers, known as the West Memphis Three, were convicted of the murders, largely based on a coerced confession and the town's fear of satanic rituals. However, many believe they were wrongfully accused, with evidence pointing to potential other suspects, including one of the victims' stepfathers. After years of legal battles and growing public support, the West Memphis Three were released in 2011 under an Alford plea, but the true killer remains unidentified, leaving justice unserved. Number 7. From 1962 to 1964, the city of Boston was terrorized by a serial killer who became known as the Boston Strangler. 13 women were found murdered in their homes, strangled with their own stockings. Albert DeSalvo, a man already in custody for other crimes, confessed to being the Strangler, but his confession was inconsistent, and doubts about his guilt have persisted. Some believe DeSalvo took the blame to gain notoriety or protect the real killer, while others think there might have been multiple killers operating under the same modus operandi. Recent DNA evidence has linked DeSalvo to one of the murders, but the full truth behind the Boston Strangler may never be known. Number 6. In 1982, a wave of panic swept across the Chicago area when 7 people died after taking cyanide-laced Tylenol capsules. The tampering was random and indiscriminate, leading to one of the largest product recalls in history. The case remains unsolved despite an extensive investigation and numerous suspects. Theories range from a lone psychopath seeking to cause chaos to the idea that the Tylenol murders inspired copycat crimes across the country. The tragedy led to significant changes in packaging safety, but the identity of the person responsible remains one of America's most notorious unsolved mysteries. Number 5. On a cold day in 1957, the body of a young boy was found inside a cardboard box in a Philadelphia field. The child, estimated to be between 3 and 7 years old, had been beaten and malnourished. Despite numerous attempts to identify him, including the use of facial reconstructions and DNA testing, he remains known only as the boy in the box. Theories have emerged over the years, including one that suggests the boy was the victim of a foster home's abuse, while another posits that he might have been sold by his parents to a traveling carnival. Yet, despite these leads, the case remains cold, and the boy's true identity and the circumstances of his death continue to elude investigators. Number 4, the disappearance of Union leader Jimmy Hoffa in 1975 is one of the most infamous mysteries in American history. Hoffa, who was deeply involved in organized crime and the Teamsters Union, vanished without a trace after reportedly meeting with 2 mafia leaders. Theories about Hoffa's fate range from being buried under Giants Stadium in New Jersey to being incinerated in a mob-owned trash compactor. Some believe he was killed to prevent him from regaining control of the Union, while others think he was silenced to protect mob secrets. Despite decades of investigations, his body has never been found, and the full story of what happened to Jimmy Hoffa remains a mystery. Number 3, between 1968 and 1969, a killer who called himself the Zodiac terrorized Northern California. The Zodiac killer is confirmed to have murdered at least 5 people, but claimed to have killed 37 in his cryptic letters to the press. Despite his taunts and the detailed clues he left behind, his identity has never been confirmed. Numerous suspects have been investigated over the years, including Arthur Lee Allen, who was heavily scrutinized but never charged. Some theories suggest the Zodiac could have been more than one person, or that he stopped killing after moving out of the area. Even with modern advances in forensic science, the Zodiac killer remains one of the most chilling, unsolved cases in American history. Number 2, the 1996 murder of 6-year-old John Bennett Ramsey in Boulder, Colorado, shocked the world and remains one of the most debated cases in true crime history. John Bennett was found dead in her family's basement the day after Christmas, and the case was initially treated as a kidnapping after a ransom note was found. Theories about her death range from family involvement, with suspicion falling on her parents or brother, to the possibility of an intruder. Despite numerous investigations, media scrutiny, and public speculation, the case remains unsolved, leaving a cloud of mystery over what really happened that fateful night. Number 1. Our final case takes us to Los Angeles in 1947, where the body of aspiring actress Elizabeth Short, known as the Black Dahlia, was found gruesomely murdered and mutilated in a vacant lot. The crime shocked the nation, both for its brutality and the mystery surrounding it. Theories about who killed Elizabeth Short are numerous, with suspects ranging from a Hollywood physician to a potential serial killer operating in the area at the time. The case has inspired countless books, films, and even confessions, but none have definitively solved the crime. The Black Dahlia remains an enduring symbol of Hollywood's dark side, and her killer's identity is still unknown. These 10 cases represent some of the most perplexing mysteries in American history. Each one is a reminder of the dark and unknown corners of our world. If you enjoyed this dive into America's most infamous unsolved cases, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more mysteries. And if you have a case you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and always stay curious, stay vigilant, and remember, some mysteries may forever remain unsolved.